Cruise crew members have a secret rating system for passengers, and if you're over 65, you're being scored the moment you step on board. I spent 3 months tracking down 12 former cruise crew members, cabin stewards, dining staff, cruise directors, guest services managers. I asked them one question no cruise channel dares to ask. What do you really think about senior passengers? What they told me will change how you cruise forever. Senior passengers are often crew favorites, but there's a small group, maybe 10 to 15%, who make mistakes that get them secretly blacklisted, and most have no idea they're doing it. But here's the game changer. Crew also revealed 5 specific behaviors that get you secret perks worth hundreds of dollars. Cabin upgrades, free specialty dining, priority reservations. Things they have the power to give, but only to passengers they genuinely like. I'm breaking down exactly what crew love, what drives them insane, and the magic phrases that unlock hidden perks. Number 7 is the behavior that gets more seniors secretly avoided than all others combined. What crew love about senior passengers? Let me start with the positives, because contrary to what you might think, senior passengers are often crew favorites. Here's what they told me. Number 1. Seniors say thank you like they mean it. This came up in literally every single interview. Maria, a cabin steward from the Philippines with 8 years' experience, told me, "When I clean a senior's cabin, they look me in the eye and say thank you. They learn my name. They ask about my family. Younger passengers treat me like I'm invisible." Another crew member said, "Seniors understand what it's like to work hard. They've done it their whole lives, so they appreciate our work in a way younger passengers just don't." That gratitude, multiple crew members told me it's the number one thing that makes their 12-hour days, 7 days a week, feel meaningful. Here's what this means for you. If you already do this, crew members notice and remember you. That simple thank you with eye contact. It separates you from 80% of passengers. Number 2. Seniors respect crew time and boundaries. Carlos, a former dining room manager with 15 years experience, told me something fascinating. Senior passengers understand we're working. They don't snap their fingers for service. They don't call at 2 a.m. for extra towels. They work with our schedule, not against it. He compared it to younger passengers who treat crew members like personal servants who exist only for their convenience. Another cabin steward said, "Seniors will actually apologize if they need something during a busy time. They'll say, 'I know you're busy, but when you have a moment,' that consideration is rare and deeply appreciated." The gap the competitor missed. Multiple comments asked, "What if I need something urgent?" Here's the insider answer. Crew members distinguish between urgent needs, broken AC, medical issue, safety concern, and convenience requests. Extra towels at midnight, room service at 2 a.m. Urgent needs, they respond immediately. Convenience requests at inconvenient times, you get labeled high maintenance. The magic phrase, "I know you're busy. When you have a moment, could you help me with something?" This phrase tells the crew you respect their time. Number 3. Seniors tip thoughtfully, but it's not about the amount. James, a bartender with 10 years experience, told me, "Many senior passengers tip in cash, personally, with a genuine thank you. It's not about the amount. It's about feeling valued. A $20 tip with eye contact and gratitude means more than a $100 tip from someone who never learned my name." But here's where it gets interesting, and this addresses a huge debate in the comments section. The tipping controversy. Several comments said, "Tipping early feels like a bribe." Others said, "I only tip for good service at the end." Here's what the crew actually told me. Early tipping is appreciated, but not expected. What matters more is personal recognition. One cabin steward said, "I had a senior couple tip me $50 on day 1 and say, 'We know you work hard.' That set the tone. But I've also had seniors who tipped nothing extra but learned my name, asked about my family, and left a heartfelt note. Both felt equally meaningful. Your action plan. Tip, however, feels right to you. But if you do tip extra, do it personally with genuine gratitude. That's what the crew remember. Number 4. Seniors are patient when things go wrong. Rachel, a guest services manager with 12 years' experience, shared this story. A 70-year-old couple got bumped from their specialty dining reservation due to a computer error. Instead of yelling, they smiled and said, "These things happen. When can we reschedule?" I was so grateful for their kindness that I personally upgraded them to the chef's table the next night, completely free. She told me, "Seniors have lived long enough to know that getting angry doesn't fix problems. They understand the crew member in front of them probably didn't cause the issue and definitely can't fix it alone." The insider secret: patience gets you better solutions. Crew members have discretionary power to offer upgrades, complimentary services, and special treatment, but only to passengers who treat them with respect. Number 5. Seniors create the community that makes cruising special. Lisa, a cruise director with 8 years' experience, told me, "Seniors make my job easy. They show up to activities. They sit with strangers at dinner. They remember people's names. They create the warm, friendly atmosphere that makes cruising special. Younger passengers stick to their phones and their own groups. Seniors are the social glue." This came up in multiple interviews. Crew members love how senior passengers engage with the ship's community. Gap from comments. One commenter said, "I'm an introvert. Does this mean the crew won't like me?" Here's the truth. Crew don't expect you to be the life of the party. What they appreciate is basic friendliness, a smile, a greeting, showing up to activities you enjoy. You don't have to be social with other passengers to be kind to the crew. All right, here's where it gets uncomfortable, because crew members also opened up about behaviors that make their jobs incredibly difficult, and these behaviors come from passengers who genuinely think they're being helpful. Number 6. The "I've cruised 50 times" authority complex. This was the number one complaint across all 12 interviews. David, a guest services manager, told me, "The passengers who constantly remind us how many cruises they've taken are usually the most difficult. They think their experience makes them experts, but really it just makes them entitled. They'll say, 'I've cruised 47 times and this is not how it's done,' even when policies have changed or they're on a different cruise line." Another crew member said, "We don't care how many cruises you've taken. We care whether you're kind, respectful, and reasonable. Your cruise count doesn't impress us. Your behavior does." The comment section confirmed this. Multiple cruisers admitted, "I'm guilty of this." Others said, "I mention my cruise count to show I know what I'm talking about." Here's the truth. Mentioning your cruise history once to establish context is fine. Repeatedly bringing it up in every interaction signals entitlement. Crew members told me passengers who lead with their loyalty status or cruise count are often the ones who complain the most and tip the least. Your action plan. Let your behavior speak for itself. The crew will figure out you're an experienced cruiser by how smoothly you navigate the ship, not by how often you tell them. Number 7. The hallway blocker, the secret code word. All right, I need to pause here, because what I'm about to tell you next, when I first heard this from a cabin steward, I didn't believe it. But then 3 other crew members independently told me the exact same story. But first, quick favor. If you're finding this valuable, hit that like button right now. It helps other seniors discover these secrets. And subscribe so you never miss my insider cruise hacks. This behavior is so common and so frustrating that crew members created a secret code word for it. When they radio each other, they use this code to warn, "Heads up, we've got another one in cabin 8247. Miguel, a room service attendant, told me, "I've had hot food go cold because I was stuck behind passengers walking side by side down a narrow hallway, completely blocking me for 5 full minutes. They're completely unaware of their surroundings." Here's what crew hate: walking slowly in the middle of narrow spaces, blocking everyone. Stopping suddenly in doorways to have conversations. Taking the elevator one deck during the busiest times when stairs are right there. The comment section revealed the nuance. Several seniors said, "I have mobility issues. I need the elevator for one deck." Others said, "I can't hear well, so I don't know when people are behind me." Here's what the crew actually said about this. They understand mobility issues and hearing loss. What frustrates them is lack of awareness. If you need to walk slowly, move to the side. If you need the elevator, use it. But be aware of peak times: embarkation day, dinner time, port days. The magic phrase: if you realize you're blocking someone, simply say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead." The crew told me that acknowledgement makes all the difference. Number 8, ignoring greetings or treating crew like they're invisible. This one came up in 9 out of 12 interviews. You walk past your cabin steward. They smile and say hello or have a great day, and you just keep walking. No eye contact, no smile, nothing. Anna, a cabin steward, told me, "It might not seem like a big deal, but we greet hundreds of guests a day. When people act like we don't exist, it chips away at us. These are the people quietly keeping your vacation running smoothly. When a guest is rude or treats us like we're invisible, it's deeply felt." The comment section gap. One commenter said, "I have face blindness. I can't recognize crew members." Another said, "I'm hard of hearing. I might not hear greetings." Here's the crew perspective. They understand disabilities. What they're talking about is passengers who deliberately ignore them or look right through them. If you have hearing loss or face blindness, a simple smile or nod when you see any crew member goes a long way. Number 9, the medical overshare. This one surprised me, but it came up in 7 out of 12 interviews. Anna, a cabin steward, told me, "Some passengers treat every interaction like a medical consultation. They describe their medications, their conditions, their symptoms in detail. I'm here to clean your room, not diagnose your health issues. It makes me uncomfortable because I'm not qualified to give medical advice." The comment section revealed. Several seniors said, "I mention my medical conditions so crew understand why I need certain accommodations." Here's the balance. It's appropriate to inform crew of needs that affect service. For example, "I have mobility issues. Could you leave the bathroom door open wider?" Or, "I'm diabetic. Could you keep extra juice in the fridge?" What's inappropriate is detailed medical histories or asking crew for medical advice. Your action plan. State your need, not your diagnosis. "I need extra ice for medical reasons" is better than a 10-minute explanation of your condition. Number 10, folding dirty towels, the hygiene nightmare. Multiple cabin stewards mentioned this. You think you're being helpful by folding your used towels. You're not. Here's why. Stewards need to see which towels are dirty at a glance. When you fold them neatly, it creates confusion. Are they clean or dirty? They have to unfold every towel to check, which wastes time and increases the risk of touching soiled linens. What the crew want you to do? Leave dirty towels on the bathroom floor or in the shower. That's the universal signal for replace these. The one exception, if you want to reuse a towel, hang it on the rack. That signals, I'm keeping this one. How to become crew's favorite passenger. The secret perks. Based on everything crew members told me, here are the 5 specific actions that unlock hidden perks worth hundreds of dollars. Action 1. Learn names and use them. Your cabin steward's name is on a card in your room. Your dining server introduces themselves the first night. Use their names every single time. One crew member told me, "When a passenger uses my name, I know they see me as a person, not just a uniform. That simple act changes everything." The hidden perk. Crew members who feel valued go out of their way. One steward told me she brought a passenger fresh-baked cookies from the crew galley every night, something she'd never done before, because the passenger learned her name and asked about her children. Action 2. The first day introduction strategy. Find your cabin steward within the first 30 minutes of boarding. Introduce yourself warmly. Learn their name. Ask if there's anything they need from port. Many crew can't leave the ship. One steward told me, "A 72-year-old couple asked me on day 1 if I needed anything from shore. I mentioned I missed fresh fruit. They brought me mangoes from every port. I made sure their cabin was perfect every single day." The hidden perk. Early connection builds rapport. Stewards told me they prioritize cabins of passengers who treat them kindly. Action 3. The survey mention. This changes careers. This one shocked me. Multiple crew members said post-cruise surveys can change their careers. If a crew member went above and beyond, mention them by name in your survey. One cabin steward told me, "A passenger mentioned me by name in their survey. 3 months later, I got promoted. That review changed my life." Your action plan. Take a photo of your steward's name tag on day 1 so you remember the spelling. In your survey, write specific examples of what they did well. Action 4. The small gesture that gets big results. Crew members told me small, thoughtful gestures mean more than large tips. Examples: bringing them a chocolate bar from port, leaving a handwritten thank you note, asking about their family and remembering details. One bartender told me, a 68-year-old regular asked about my daughter's school exam. 2 weeks later, he remembered to ask how she did. That meant more to me than any tip. Action 5. Respect crew. Rest times. Crew work, 12-hour days, 7 days a week, for months. Don't interrupt your steward when they're cleaning other rooms unless it's urgent. Don't linger in the dining room after closing. Don't call at 2 a.m. for non-emergency requests. One crew member told me, passengers who respect our time get the best service because we're not exhausted and resentful. The hidden perk. When crew aren't burned out by demanding passengers, they have energy to provide exceptional service to considerate ones. You now know exactly what crew love, what drives them crazy, and how to become their favorite passenger. But here's what most cruisers don't realize. The way you treat crew actually determines whether you get secret perks other passengers never receive. But even if you become the crew's favorite, none of this matters if you make critical mistakes in your cabin that cost you hundreds in bogus charges. In my next video, I'm revealing the 20 things you must check the second you enter your cruise cabin before you unpack. So I suggest watching this video next. It's right here. Don't let a preventable mistake cost you hundreds. See you there.